and happy Sunday. This is Kelly, and I am bringing you Weight Watchers live chat number 400. Yeah, and this is brought to you by IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Today is Sunday, February the 2nd, 2025. And if you were not able to join us live, you can always go back and watch this later on Facebook. That's just on the If You Have an Egg Facebook page. Or you can watch this later on YouTube. That is youtube.com/@IfYouHaveAnEgg, or search If You Have an Egg. Or you can watch this later on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. But hello and happy Sunday, everybody. This is the 400th. That is 400th live chat that we have done here together. I'm so excited. I had my t-shirt and I forgot to bring it. Let's see. Greetings, Sarah from Raleigh, Massachusetts. I had my t-shirt from the 100th chat, and I forgot to bring it with me tonight. And hello, Marlene. Hello, Cheryl. And it said I attended chat 100. So that was from what would that have been? 6 years ago, I guess. And hello, let's see, I think I already said, but hello, Cheryl. Hello, Lynn. Yes, Melissa, 400. So that is 8 years worth of live chats. I can't believe this. It's been 8 years. So let me think. I would have been 49, I guess, when we started this. No, wait. 8 years. Yeah, 49. So I would have been 49 when we started this. But hello, Elaine. Hello, Carol Ann from snowy New Jersey. And thank you. Hello, Cheryl. Oh, Cheryl saying hello to Lynn. And hello, Mary. Thank you very much. Mary from Pittsburgh. And hello, Kim. Good to see you. Hello, Sandra from Demons Ferry. And hello, Vicky from Illinois. So this is chat number 400. And hello, Carol Luke. Thank you so much. Carol thinks she's been to all of them. Wouldn't be surprised. Cheryl, and so Cheryl was at chat number 100. Do you remember the t-shirt I had that said I went to chat number 100, or I was at chat number 100 or something like that? I was at chat number 100 too. Also, I know, it's crazy. It is so crazy. So that would have been about 6 years ago, because I went back, and y'all know I'm not great at math, even though I have to do math every single day for work. And thank you, John Milligan from Home Base, who said congrats on 400. So John, does it feel like 8 years? Does it feel like we've been doing this forever? We've been doing this longer than Alyssa and Bo have been alive. So yeah, totally 8 years. But I went back and did the math on that. And if we do about 50 a year, yeah, that would be right. And hello, Lynn. Let's see. Yep, and Sarah has been here every Sunday for the past 2 years, so that is awesome. And yeah, Kim, I think I remember, Kim was at chat number 100. So yeah, and Lynn was, yep, always. Lynn, I don't think has missed very many chats at all. And yes, Mary. Oh, yep, Mary's saying hello to John at Home Base, and hello, Marlene from Newfoundland, Canada. Welcome. It is so good to see you. Also, and thank you, Barbara, if you're brand new, this is chat number 400. So you have 399 other chats that you have to go back and watch. I'm just saying, you better get busy. Yeah, today is Sunday, February the 2nd. Punxsutawney Phil let's see, John, am I saying this right? He did see his shadow yesterday, so allegedly there are 6 more weeks of winter. But I got to tell you, it was like 63 degrees here today in Knoxville. So yeah, something in Punxsutawney, he's got his little gears off. But anyway, okay, so this is chat number 400. We've been doing this a long time. Hopefully y'all have been here for some, portion of that. Hopefully y'all have enjoyed these, and you have, weathered the changes, because we started out in our loft, which was a lot of fun for a lot of years. And it was a little bit more freedom on what I could cook, because I was moving around at home. Then we moved to my place of business. Then we moved back to the loft. Then we've done a couple from Casey's house. We've done several from here, and we've done several from the camper. And also, when Orlando Debbie gets here, first thing John said this morning when I said this was our 400th chat, he said, then why are we not in Orlando with Debbie? He said, why are we not in Orlando with Debbie if this is our 400th chat? I have to agree. Yeah, I thought all milestone chats were with Orlando Debbie in Orlando at the campground at Disney. Anyway, we'll have to figure that out, and maybe we'll do like a 550th, or no, because that'd be a whole nother year. Anyway, I digress. And hello, Barbara from Bonnow, South Carolina. Very good to see you. So it's today. It's our 400th chat. I did not get a special t-shirt made. Sorry. Maybe I will for the 500th chat, which would be in about 2 more years. And hello, Catherine from Lowell, North Carolina. I know. Barbara says, I miss that place. You know I do. I know. I miss it too, Barbara, but the girl who lives there now is as cute as she can be, and I know that she is enjoying living in downtown Knoxville. Okay, so first little bit of business. It's our 400th chat. We're going to talk about that more in the second half. This week, our focus topic over in the If You Have an Egg Facebook group is with our focus leader, Julie, and this week she is focusing on moving the scale and non-scale victories. So we're going to be talking about the scale and about weighing in during the first part of tonight's chat. So the focus for this week, oh no, okay, John, I don't think Debbie's here yet, but Debbie, when you get here or if you watch this later, John says we need to plan on 450 and to make me do it. Yeah, so threaten me. Okay, twist my arm. Yeah, twist my arm. But anyway, so in our focus group, over in the If You Have an Egg group, Julie has us focusing on moving the scale and non-scale victories. Again, we stopped calling these challenges because people thought that they were like in a competition. So it's just a focus. And I actually think we've had a little bit better conversation back and forth since we've been calling it a focus. And hello, Sherry from Cape Coral, Florida. Also, if you're brand new, if this is your first time, welcome to Chat 400. And please let us know that you were brand new because we would love to say hello to you. And if you think that you were at one of the previous 300, 200, 100, or even 0, even chat number 0, let me know because I would love to know. And hello, Hattie. Debbie. Okay, so we're going to sidetrack for just a second. Debbie is here now. So this is our 400th chat. And the first thing John said to me this morning, Debbie, was, why are we not in Orlando with Debbie? And I just said, well, maybe for chat 450. And if you scroll back through, he said, Debbie, chat 450, let's make it happen. Okay, so I think he's planning on coming down there. He would have come this week. If I had said, let's go right now, he would have driven me to Orlando today. Okay, and let's see. Hello, Kelly from Scott County. It's good to see you. Okay, so yeah, we were talking about our weekly focus real quick. That is moving the scale. I know, Debbie. I know. We should be there. We should be there because it is chat 400. But anyway, so in our focus group, we're talking about moving the scale and non-scale victories. That is over in the If You Have an Egg Facebook group. If you are not a member of that group yet, I'm sure one of our lovely ladies or gents will post the link to that. Just remember to answer the 3 questions so that I can let you in. So yeah, and hello, Vicky. So we are talking about we're focusing on moving the scale and non-scale victories this week over in that group. I do have a public service egg announcement that was kind of disturbing. Melissa, who is here, who has already said hello, she sent me a disturbing video that I wanted to share with you all. We will be posting the link to this in the chat notes. So when this is posted later in the week on www.ifyouhaveanegg.com, you'll just be able to click on the link. But if you needed to go ahead and go over there and look at it now, it's from the Carol Jones on Instagram. She compared not for a year, Debbie. Not for a year. Yeah, so tonight is 400, so it'll be 50 more weeks for 450. Okay, so let me get back on track. So the Carol Jones on Instagram compared a can of great value corn that she had on her pantry shelf to a brand new can that she had just purchased at Walmart. You need to watch this video for yourself. This is a public service egg announcement for sure, a disturbing one. The differences were shocking, disturbing, and quite honestly concerning. Among the changes that were on just the label for the can, the original can, so the one that she had in her pantry for a little while, and I don't know how long she'd had it, but the original can said picked and canned the same day. So there was a little label on there that said picked and canned the same day. Then there was a green label on the can that said great for you, like it's great for you label on the can. It also said that it was a product of Arkansas, 45 calories per serving, it's corn, and that it was gluten-free. The can that she had purchased more recently did not say that it was picked and canned the same day. The great for you label, the green great for you label, was gone. It was eliminated from the label. Now it says it's a product of Thailand, which is nowhere near Arkansas. If you're not great at geography, go look on a map. Thailand is nowhere near Arkansas, not even near the United States. Now it says it's 90 calories a serving. 90? Why? Why did the calories double? And it shows more sodium, and it shows that it has more carbs. It's corn. How is that even possible? It is no longer labeled gluten-free, which is also concerning because it's corn. Corn should not have any gluten. And the most disturbing on the label now, the new one that she has, and Melissa, do you happen to know what state she's from? I completely forgot to look. But the most disturbing little bit of information, the label now has on the can she had, it now has the addition of a California Prop 65 warning, which I don't know if you know, I don't know if you know what that is, but California Prop 65, it's required. So Prop 65 requires packaging in the state of California to warn Californians about significant exposures to chemicals that can cause cancer, birth defects, or other reproductive harm. So if I'm not mistaken, it requires them to report products that have been known to cause that. Yeah, and it might be in animals, but we are animals, okay? So even though this label doesn't mean that the corn does contain one of those chemicals, it is a required state warning if it may contain them. That alone, combined with the other significant label changes that were on there, has me keeping an eye on you, Wally World. Okay, that was disturbing. And yeah, and Debbie reminded me, we found one a couple of years ago that some corn had points. So something about the way it's made. Actually, Mary just said what I was just getting ready to say. Read your labels. Don't assume anything. That was quite concerning. The double the amount in calories. That makes no sense to me. The more sodium shouldn't. The fact that it doesn't say gluten-free now, it's corn. It should be gluten-free. What else is in it? Now I'm really concerned about what the ingredients are on that can of corn. Anyway, read your labels, read your labels, read your labels. Okay, so that was a great, Melissa, thank you very much. That was a great public service egg announcement to be made this week. Also wanted to announce really quickly who our Good Egg Award went to this week. So this week's Good Egg Award goes technically to two people. It's technically more than two people, but it's two people that I caught ya doing something amazing this week. So I think I told you all last week, this is not anything you can apply for. The Good Egg Award, you don't apply, you don't enter to win, you don't send any money, you don't do any of that. I just gotta caught ya doing something good, saying something good, helping out somebody. So this week it technically goes to two people. The first is Chelsea from Powell, who achieved her lifetime status by losing nearly 118 pounds. So she did receive her lifetime award this week. Amazing and fantastic, Chelsea. I know she worked really, really hard on that, and she showed up a few weeks ago at her meeting without a bra on, hoping that she was going to get it a couple of weeks ago, but this week was the magic. It was the magic week. But the second Good Egg Award goes to the sweet ladies that are in her morning meeting. So she goes to a Tuesday morning meeting, and the sweet ladies that are at that meeting, they showered her with flowers, much cheer, many accolades. I mean, they were like, they were Team Chelsea all morning that morning. And Brenda even filmed this very special day so that Chelsea could remember this forever. I mean, she has worked so hard on this. Yeah, and she's been waiting a long time. So stay tuned this week to find out more information on how to be caught, how the Caught-Ya Award, how you can get the Good Egg Award for this next week. Okay, so we were all very proud of Chelsea. Way to go, girl. Okay, this week's topic, though, is way to go, and it's not W-A-Y to go, it's W-E-I-G-H to go. So the lead up sometimes to weighing in can sometimes be one of joyful anticipation. I think Chelsea knew she had it this week. She thought she had it a couple of weeks ago, but I think she knew she had it this week. So I think the lead up to weigh in this week was a joyful anticipation. Sometimes the lead into to weighing can be a sweaty palm anxiety, like, oh, I don't know, is this going to be friendly to me? Is it going to be kind today? Sometimes it's even just blissful joy, not having any idea what the numbers may say. And aloha, Kathy. So Weight Watchers suggests that you weigh yourself at least once a week, but no more than once a day. Did you know that according to healthline.com, the average adult's weight can fluctuate up to 5 to 6 pounds per day. Okay. That is why Weight Watchers says at least once a week. It doesn't have to be more, but at least once a week, just to kind of keep that, monitor that, that amount so you can get some good graphing going and everything, but not more than once a day, because according to healthline.com, this is not the only reason, but according to healthline.com, the average adult's weight can fluctuate up to 5 or 6 pounds per day. Things like fluid intake, medication, sodium. Melissa and I know all about eating a regularly sized apple versus a 1 pound apple before you go weigh in. That's not going anywhere. It hasn't had time to digest and go anywhere. That can add to it. Even how much sleep you got or didn't got. That can all play a factor in how much you weigh. For more on that, we'll include that Healthline article because it had some really good information. So we will include that in the notes on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com when that gets posted later this week. So a question for the group. What are your pre-weigh-in routines or rituals? So not all of us weigh in at a meeting. I do. I weigh in every Tuesday night at Beaver Creek Cumberland Presbyterian Church in Powell, Tennessee. And I've got some pretty strict rituals before I go to my weigh-in. But what are if you're weighing at home, if you're weighing at a friend's, if you're weighing at a meeting, if you're weighing at the gym, if you're weighing somewhere else, what are your pre-weigh-in routines or rituals? And hello, Trish. Trish, it's our 400th chat. Welcome. Do you go to the potty before you weigh in? Do you wear the same clothes or shoes, or do you weigh naked? Hopefully you're not at a meeting or at the gym weighing naked, but what, maybe that one. Do you eat or don't eat before? So you have certain foods that you eat before, or certain foods you don't eat, or just don't eat before you go to your weigh-in, or before you weigh in at home. Are there any restrictions in the day or two leading up to weigh-in? Like I try to restrict my sodium for that couple of days before. What other rituals or routines do you have? So people sometimes think that they're like, oh, I don't want to tell anybody because I only pick this scale. Or like a Gwen has been we're down to 1 scale on Tuesday nights now. I used to always pick the scale on the right, but now we're down to 1. And she's freaking me out because the last couple of weeks, the scale is not facing this way. It's facing that way. I've always weighed in at the scale on the right, which is where she has it, even though it doesn't matter because it wasn't the same scale every week. But I always weighed in on the right, and I always weighed in. The scale always faced us and Gwen, and now she's setting the scale so that it faces this way, and she swears it doesn't make a difference. I'm telling you, my weigh-in routine, my weigh-in ritual on Tuesday nights, it has been so hard for me not to stand on the scale sideways because that's the way it's facing, even though she swears that it doesn't make any difference. I don't know. That's just a routine that I have every week. How often do you weigh? Are you weighing once a day? Are you weighing once a week? Are you weighing only at your Weight Watchers meeting? There's no right or wrong as long as you're not weighing multiple times a day. So how are you? Oh, hello, Ann. This is our 400th chat. Welcome. So how often are you weighing? And I just want to see, okay, that's perfect. Sarah says, pray. She prays to go both number 1 and number 2. That's great. A lot of people said pray in our Tuesday night meeting. Let's see. Vicki says that gives too much satisfaction to the scale. Trish says she goes to her meeting at 7:30 in the morning, and so she doesn't eat or drink before she goes. Yeah, and she always goes to the same scale. I think it's a great routine. Rosie says she weighs in at home every Friday morning. She goes pee-pee. It's a good idea. She has on top and undies only and takes a deep breath because air is lighter, right? So that's a good one, Rosie. I might remember that for this Tuesday. If you take a deep breath first, surely it makes you lighter. Barbara says every Wednesday, no shoes on the scale, pee before weigh-in. Yep. Carol Lou says Nikki at home. John, just cover your ears. Nikki at home first thing in the morning, after bathroom, before coffee. Great idea. And Mary says don't eat or drink before the weigh-in. And let's see. I missed somebody. Trish weighs every day. Debbie says, oh yeah, Debbie says that crossed my mind before, but how do you know if it is not the same scale? They could move when they clean. So we are in a church. She packs them in a closet. So it is definitely just the luck of the draw when Gwen pulls those out, because we do not weigh at a Weight Watchers center. It is at a church, so all that stuff gets packed up every week, and then she re-zeros them every week before that. And let's see, Sarah says once a week, sometimes a few days ahead. Mary says I weigh in most mornings before I eat breakfast. And Sarah says same scale, same spot, and praise. Okay, so what is your after weigh-in plan? So when we're talking about way to go, WEIGH, way to go, you need to go into this with some kind of a plan if you don't already have one. So before you weigh in, so while you're in that blissful unknowing state, not when you are, it calibrates them, right? Exactly, Debbie. So not when you're upset, not when you don't think you got what you deserved at the scale, or when you're like, oh, because maybe you got a weight loss that you didn't deserve. So when you're in a calm, kind of cool state, so that blissful joy of unknowing, when you're in that state, go ahead, even the day before, week before, or just forever, go ahead and make a plan of what you will do after you weigh in. So I know that sounds weird to think about it, but as an example, every single Tuesday night after Weight Watchers, I splurge because I usually have a bunch of weeklies left over, and so I just go ahead and splurge on Tuesday nights, and I make that my splurge night, even though we've had pizza or something on Fridays that's planned for. And hello, Joycelyn in California. Joycelyn, it's our 400th chat, so welcome. Awesome job for getting here in time. But so I have a little splurge on Tuesday nights, and sometimes it is, a couple of tacos picked up, or sometimes it's some extra popcorn, or, something like that. But I already know going in that I'm going to have a little splurge, whatever points, and I don't necessarily, like if I had, and I'm making up a number, but if I had like 35 weeklies left over, that does not mean that I'm going to say, oh yeah, I'm going to spend 35 weeklies. Okay. I go in with some kind of plan that says, I'm going to Weight Watchers. I'm going to weigh in. No matter what the scale says, I'm already going to have X, Y, or Z, for supper. Sometimes it's an egg, like an egg sandwich. And on the splurge nights, I'll add some mayonnaise, or I might add some cheese to it. And white bread. White bread is a big splurge of mine. I might have some milk. But I already know what that splurge is going to be at least a day in advance, sometimes days in advance. A lot of times I've already planned what it is when I go to the store on Sunday. So because I already know, and because I made the decision while I was calm, if the scale serves me a higher number than what I expected, I don't punish myself by withholding the planned splurge. Okay. So even if I think the scale should have had a different number, because y'all remember, the scale is an inanimate object. It does not get to say your value. It doesn't get to say how your week was. It's just a measure. It's just a measurement of what your pull, what your gravitational pull is at that particular moment. So if the scale serves me a number that I think is higher than what I thought it should be, I don't punish myself and withhold the splurge. Okay. And I don't say, well, forget it. I'm just going to go home or I'm going to stop and get half a birthday cake, or, whatever. So that's not the plan, because I'm not making this plan in the heat of the moment. I'm making it while I'm calm. In that same vein, though, I don't reward myself if the scale was good to me, if I did lose some weight, or if I lost more than I thought that I was going to. I don't say, whoa, double the splurge or triple the splurge or whatever. So I don't reward myself with extra splurge just because the scale shows up a lower number. It was done during that calm moment. So when you make these decisions ahead of time, when you're calm, then it's easier to stick to it. It's also a lot easier to stick to it on Sunday if I go ahead and get whatever the splurge is going to be. Sometimes it's a turkey pot pie, whatever. If I go ahead and track that for Tuesday night, and I know what I'm going to spend, I'm much, much, much less likely to change that when we get to Tuesday night. Okay, so I'm going to ask you again I'm going to do this every week. Since we're not doing homework anymore, every single week I'm going to ask anybody, to set a STAR goal. And a STAR goal is just STAR. S means it's something specific, so you can tell me what it is. And it's not a generalization. You're going to tell me what it is. Like, when I weigh in this week, or I'm going to weigh in one time this week, at my Weight Watchers meeting. That would be very specific. T is truly doable in a week's time. So you have to know, did you do it? Check. Or did you not do it? So if you said, I'm going to weigh in one time this week and it's going to be at my Weight Watchers meeting, you'll know whether or not you did that. You can check that off your list. Actionable, meaning you're going to do something and not do something. So weighing in once at your Weight Watchers meeting would be doing something. And then the last one, R, is relevant to your journey. Yeah. So this week talking about weighing in and a plan for weighing in and not going off the rails if the mean old nasty scale doesn't, give you what you think you deserve. That is very relevant to your journey. So who is going to give me a star goal this week? Who's going to give me one? And Lynn, I want to know how your star goal for last week went. While y'all are doing that, everyone in Tennessee, all of Tennessee has this little crud going on right now. We all have different variations of it. Fortunately, knock on wood, mine has just been a little bit of snotty nose. I know so many people that have had a cough for like 2 months or who have major chest congestion. But while you all are chit-chatting about what your star goals are going to be, and after Lynn checks back in from her star goal last week and lets us know how that went, I'm going to go ahead and get a sip of tea. You all start thinking about your water for the halfway point. Sarah says, fasting a few good nights in a week feels great. Ooh. Sarah has been fasting a few days prior to her weigh-in weight. Nothing past 8 p.m. and nothing first thing in the morning, but she does have coffee. That's good. Okay. Come on, one person before we switch to the second half. And if you were brand new with us, nobody said they were new that I saw, but if you were brand new with us, this is a 1 hour long chat. And the first half is we always have some news. And then like a public service egg announcement. We already have some news. We always have some news. And then we talk about the Weight Watchers topic from the prior week. And then the second half is something fun. And we're going to be celebrating a little bit for our 400th chat in the second half. But come on, I need one person to give me a star goal. Come on. I can't segue into the second half without, come on, it's our 400th chat. And let's see, Lynn says she did great. She did Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. What? She weighed in on Thursday morning and had lost 3.8 pounds. That is fantastic. So you'll have to tell us again what it was that you did. Because I'm going to admit, we got busy at work and I did not go back. I did not circle back and look at that. So see, Lynn made a star goal last week and lost almost 4 pounds. So I think y'all should make a star goal every week. I'm not promising you 4 pounds, but... Okay, well, while y'all are thinking about that, I'm going to go ahead and get ready for the second half. And we are going to make something fun. And we are going to answer 2 questions, or 2 people's questions. It was the same question from last week. And celebrate the 400th chat. We're going to get all of that at the same time. So this is the second half of chat number 400. So this is our 400th virtual Weight Watchers workshop together. 400. So we've been doing this for 8 years. So let's see, when I'm still doing this, when I'm like 75, 80 years old, I wonder how many chats that will be. Let's see. Oh, and Mary cleaned today. Cleaned out a closet and some drawers and has a bag to donate. That is awesome. And yes, Barbara's reminding me it's time for some water. Dang, what? Trish said today she lost a total of 200 pounds lost. Boom. That is awesome. Way to go. And Melissa's star goal is she plans to track breakfast and lunch. Remember, Melissa, what does Gwen always say? You can always add supper. You can always add that. And you can tell that she lives here because she called it supper. But you can always add supper. Why don't you plan to track breakfast and lunch? And how many days this week are you going to track breakfast and lunch? Okay, so since Barbara reminded me, this is the beginning of the second half of chat number 400. Woo! Yeah, and Barbara's got some hands going. So everybody stop real quick and get some water. I'm going to drink my tea because, again, everyone in Tennessee, at least East Tennessee, all of us have some form of the crud. So let's get a drink real quick. Y'all drink some water. I'm going to drink some hot tea. So let's go ahead and talk about our celebration chat number 400. I did figure out a way to celebrate, to blend the 400th chat with a special request from Patsy Harrell and Vicky Hart. Last week, both of them asked, how do you track a recipe? Or like how do you add a recipe in the recipe builder? So, boom, we're going to do that. So we're going to combine 400th celebratory 400th celebratory celebration. Okay, we're going to do that, and we are going to build a recipe together, but we're going to do it 4 different ways. Okay, so let me make myself a note just from something that one of you just said. Okay, so we're going to do this 4 different ways, and you're most welcome, Vicki. We're going to do this 4 different ways, okay? And in the end, we will have the recipe will be built, tracked, and we're going to make it real quick together. Let me just check one thing real quick to make sure this is still warm enough. Let me just walk away for just a second, and this is looking good. Okay. 2 of my things for our recipe are looking good. Okay, so this is how to build or add a recipe and save it in Recipe Builder. So first of all, Recipe Builder is in your WW app. You used to be able to do it online. Sorry to everyone who does not like the app or didn't want the app or wanted to keep their Weight Watchers online. Sorry, that's no longer an option. But here are 4 different ways that you can get something into the Recipe Builder. The first method is using the WW app. So we're going to use the WW app to add a recipe. So the first thing is you just find the recipe. If you don't know where to go, let us go back to your home page. And when you're on your home page, you're going to touch your little icon up there. And if you don't know how to add your picture, that's a whole nother discussion. We can go back and do that later. Scroll down here until you find the little tab that says recipes. Once you've gone to recipes, you can either search, so you can enter up here in the search bar and look for something that's like, you can type in like brownies or steak, or you can put in certain ingredients and it'll find you something with that ingredient. But for the sake of time, for tonight, we're just going to pick something. So from the WW app, you're going to find the recipe that you want. So let's do creamy spaghetti squash with something. We'll just pick that one. So the first thing you do is touch the recipe, and it pulls the recipe up like this, and you have 2 choices. You have 2 choices once you've done that. So if you found the recipe within the Weight Watchers app, you can either touch this little pencil icon right here, and you can change something about it. Like you can change one of the ingredients. You can go down here and take some ingredients off. You can add some ingredients. You can change the name. But if you can change, like if you don't like an ingredient that's in there or you want to use something different, you can do that. I don't know if you noticed it or not though, but it changed it to the same name, but now it has parentheses, 1 parentheses. So that's telling you that there's something different about it. That's not the original recipe. So you can change the name. You can change it to, like vegan if you left out any dairy, meat, or other things like that. So you can change it however you need to. And then once you've changed it, you click save. Oh, don't start this again. Did this the other night when we were trying to do this. So once you've changed it, so let's just change something about it and see if that'll make it happy again. So let's just call it chat. So chat. Okay. And then when you hit save, it better not say something went wrong. I'm a scream. Weight Watchers, what is wrong with you? What is absolutely wrong with you? Okay, well, pretend like that worked. why? It worked fine an hour ago. Why is it messing up now? I do not know. The other method, though, if you don't need to change anything on it, this one's actually even easier. If it's perfect exactly the way it is, the little bookmark icon, you just hit the little bookmark icon, and then when you want to go back and find it, see how it says creamy spaghetti squash with ricotta and spinach. Oh, that actually looks really good. We picked a great one, accidentally upside down. So when you're ready to find it again, you're going to go back to recipes, and then you're going to touch the one that says saved recipes. And it's the very first one. Whatever is the most recent one that you saved goes to the top. Creamy spaghetti squash with ricotta and spinach. Or if you need to search for one later, you just type in the search bar. Okay, so that is method number 1. The bookmark is easiest if you don't need to change anything. Even if you do need to change something, you can always pull it back up. You can, if it was behaving itself, you could go back into the pencil, change whatever you need to change, and then resave it. What I was trying to show you was if you do that, it will ask you if you want to save it as the original or new. So sometimes if I change an ingredient, like if I did need to make it meatless, or if I needed to make it, tone it down a little bit for the kids, then I might save it as new and just change the name. Okay, the second method is importing a recipe from the Weight Watchers website. So if you still love the Weight Watchers website, and if you go there for recipes, so you still have to log in. So you still have to log in, and let's look for one that has, let's say, chocolate, because we're celebrating tonight, right? So oops, let me get signed back in. Okay. Okay, so once you are signed in, thank you, Myrna, and hello. So once you're signed back in, you can scroll through the exact same things that you could scroll through on your app, but I know some of you all are just more comfortable doing it, from a computer or from something bigger than, than on the app. So, because Barbara said, yes, chocolate, we're going to search a recipe that has chocolate. Oops. I only did one H. And this is crazy upside down. Chocolate. We're going to do chocolate brownie mousse. So we're going to search for that. That one looks great, chocolate brownie mousse. So you've got 2 choices here. You can either do, I'm sorry, upside down, it's a little bit harder. You can either, oh, here we go. So if you're on the website, you can either click this little up arrow right here, and then you just copy the link, and then, so just copy it, and then I'm going to show you where to go. Or before I show you where to go, see that little QR code right there? You can also, like if you're looking at this on your computer screen or on an iPad or something, you can hold your phone. No, it's, oh, like a real keyboard, yeah. So Debbie likes a real keyboard. Yeah, me too. Me too. So sometimes I do look it up on the website just because I like to be able to type it in, type it in on a real keyboard. So you can do that, or while you have it up on your computer monitor, you can scan this QR code right here, and that will take you to the app, and then you would just do it like we did in number 1. So let's pretend like you're not going to scan the QR code. You would go ahead and touch that up arrow, and then you would do copy, and that's going to copy the link for that recipe. Then you're going to go back to the Weight Watchers app, and you're going to go back to recipes, and so we're back on recipes now. You're going to touch that plus sign in the upper right hand corner, and you're going to go right here. It says add recipe from the web. Okay, first thing, that has to be a .com recipe. So this is from www.com, like weightwatchers.com. If you have an egg, is IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. If it's a .net or a I don't know if there's a .food, but if it's a something other than com, you cannot bring it over yet. I don't know why. I don't know if that's ever coming. Don't ask me, because that part of the technology, I don't know. But I've had like 10 of you all tell me, don't forget, it has to be a .com. So I'm reminding everybody, it has to be a .com. So this one was from www.com, and you add the recipe from the web, and then right here it says to insert the link, insert the URL. And because I did this from my iPad, oops, we're going to paste. And so it pasted the website with the recipe. And then you click on import recipe. And, you know, if they weren't having, okay, if they were not having issues, apparently they're having some issues because they know it's our 400th chat and that I needed to be able to show you all this. So if they were not having issues, we wouldn't have to do this. Okay, let me see if I can find another one real quick. So if they can't estimate the points, if they can't estimate the points on that, then you can enter them manually and you can go ahead and type that in. But that's for another day. So let's find another one real quick, just so maybe I can show you. Let's see, let's go to Pound Dropper, because I know all of hers are .com, and we are gonna I'm just gonna pick a random. Let's do a dessert recipe for her because now I'm on desserts now. We're gonna do chocolate chip cookie dough protein balls. Okay, so I found another one. We're gonna do the up arrow. We are going to copy. We're gonna go back to the Weight Watchers app. Oh, how are we doing? Don't ask me tonight. Don't ask me tonight. Okay, we're gonna go back to add a recipe from the web. We're gonna paste the URL. And we're gonna import the recipe. And now you can see that the chocolate chip cookie dough protein balls from Pound Dropper, that is in fact added now. So there's all the information. You can change it if you need to, and you can click save. You can make some changes there. And remember, it's done this one again because it thinks you've changed. So you can either make some changes or you can bookmark it. And now that we've bookmarked it, oops. Now that we've bookmarked it, we can go to saved recipes, and right there it is. Chocolate chip cookie dough refrigerator blah, 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 from Pound Dropper. So see how easy that is? Okay, that is method number 2. So that was from the Weight Watchers website. Method number 3 was actually importing a recipe from a .com website, which we had to skip to. So we had to skip to that because the www website wasn't cooperating. So remember, you can either scan the QR code or you can copy and paste like I just did. Okay, and then the last one, number 4, is you can build it yourself. So we're gonna, even though this is a recipe from Weight Watchers, we're gonna build it ourselves. So this recipe I did get from Weight Watchers, and we're gonna make it tonight. We're gonna create it though. So we're gonna go to the plus sign, and then we're going to create a recipe, and we're going to call it chat. We're going to call it chat 400 strawberries. I don't know. And it's going to serve, we're going to put in the number of people that it's going to serve. So we're going to say that it's going to serve 6, and then we're going to start adding ingredients. So this is what we're going to add, and this is, I did get this from, this is a recipe from the Weight Watchers app, but we are going to add white chocolate chips. These, I happen to get Ghirardelli white chocolate chips, so we can either type that in, or if I had not destroyed the bag when I opened it, we could have barcode scanned that. So the first ingredient we're going to look for is Ghirardelli white chocolate chips, classic white chocolate, and we're going to add that ingredient. The second one, we're going to go again to add, and we're going to say, this one I did not destroy. Yeah, and Lily's does have less points, but these are going home to the girls, and they don't want sugar-free chocolate chips. So, and also on the website, on the WW app, It was normal chocolate chips, so I'm just mimicking what they did. We're going to barcode scan the next ingredient, which is Toll House dark chocolate. And we're going to add that one. And then we're going to add strawberries. So we're going to add a cup of strawberries. We're going to add that ingredient. And the one that was on the actual Weight Watchers app had sprinkles, and it had chopped walnuts, and it had, you know, some other stuff. So just for the sake of being able to show you all how to save this, and so that we can finish our celebration, then you can add some other details down here. You can add more details. You can add cooking time. You can change how many servings it's going to have and all of that. And then you create the recipe. Once you create it, you still have those same options. You can either click on the pencil, and so now you have a recipe in here now. If you're eating it right now, you can go ahead and track it. That's going to save it. You can add to grocery list. That's going to save it. You can change or add items before you do anything. Even if you save it, you can still go back and change that. So you can either do the pencil and change it, and then click save, or you can do the up arrow. That is how I send Casey the link to the recipes when we post them on the chat. I click that little up arrow, and I'm sharing it in reverse. So I'm sharing the recipe from the app so that Casey can include it in the recipe that we post for you all. Or you can click that little ribbon that we've been talking about. So I just named it Chat 400 just to be fun. Click the X. It's done. So we have saved that. Okay, and then save. Click save. I will say this. We're going to save it as the original because I made some changes. I am going to say this. Do not get crazy in your ingredients before you hit save. If I walked off, or if we started talking about something else or whatever, if I timed out, or if you accidentally swap off of it, you have to start all over again. So I usually add my first ingredient, and then I go through this and click save, and then I go back and add the rest of them. So now that we've done that, we're going to go back to, this time we're going to go to recipes that are created by me. And we're going to search for chat 400, and right there it is. Or because I saved it with the little bookmark thing, you can also go to saved recipes, and there it is, Chat 400. Okay, so this recipe is actually a Weight Watchers app recipe, and it is, we're going to search for it, and it was strawberries. It's chocolate covered strawberries, and it is, let's see, let me see if I can find it upside down. So I decided this one would be a fun one for Chat 400 because we could talk about saving recipes, and we could make this really quickly. If I could find it upside down, I may have to turn it around just for the sake of time. Let me see. I think I have scrolled past it. Hold on. Okay, here it is. Sorry. Chocolate covered strawberries. So now we're going to go to chocolate covered strawberries. We can either add or subtract ingredients, or whatever, or we can bookmark it. And when we're ready to make these, we can go to, so like if we saved this 2 days ago and we want to go back and find it, we can go back to recipes. And because I bookmarked it, we can go to saved. And right there it is, chocolate covered strawberries. So for the chocolate covered strawberries, we can track them. We can tell it how many servings we want. We can add it to the grocery list. But we're going to make them real quick. So we have 10 minutes of chat number 400 left. So in honor of chat number 400, we're gonna make a couple of chocolate covered strawberries. I happen to have, if you can see this over here, I happen to have a Wilton chocolate melting thing, and I have the divider. I've got the single and I have the divider. I got this for Alyssa's birthday party last year, and this was a lifesaver if you need to do something like melting chocolate. So for this recipe, this is a Weight Watchers recipe. I have saved it in here, and it is 24 medium strawberries, 2 ounces of dark chocolate chips, 1 ounce of white chocolate chips, and then some sprinkles. So we're gonna do this real quick. We're gonna make some of these in celebration of our 400th chat. So I've melted the chocolate, and I'm gonna dip 1 strawberry in some chocolate, and then I am going to take some white chocolate and not do a very good job of drizzling it on there because I'm using my left hand. But again, this is just to celebrate our 400th chat. I am so thankful that you all have been here for 400 chats. Oh, and then some sprinkles. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Let's make one more real quick. But thank you all so much for being here for 400 chats. That's absolute insanity to me. We're gonna make this one a white chocolate strawberry, and then we are going to drizzle it with chocolate, the opposite. But you all are amazing and fantastic. I have so enjoyed the last 8 years. I'm not planning on going anywhere, so don't think this is a goodbye salute. This is just I am so thankful for you all salute. I genuinely hope that you will comment, that you all will post some comments for the 400th chat. I know you all are not super chatty in the comments, you know, after the chats, but that would be so fun if you all could chit chat about it. If you all could let me know, were you here for number 0? Were you here for number 100? Were you here for 200? Were you here for 300? Were you here for 400? So celebrate. Oh, look, I accidentally got chocolate on my finger. That's 0 points because I got it while I was making the recipe, right? So happy 400, everybody. Happy 400th chat, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. Super easy to save a recipe. I hope that answered everybody's questions about saving a recipe. And I'm so thrilled that you all were here with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. I'm looking forward to 450 here in about, what, a year? A little bit close to a year. And then 450, 500, and beyond. So if you loved this chat, this 400th chat, I hope that you will comment. I hope you'll let me know where you were, if you were here, again, for one of those others, or if this was your very first chat. Oh yeah, we should. And I actually got a lighter. Sarah reminded me. Let's go ahead and light these. I had brought out a lighter. I forgot about that, Sarah. Thank you. Okay, so everybody get ready to make a wish. Happy 400th chat to us. Happy 400th chat to us. Happy 400th chat to us. Happy 400th chat to us, and many more. Okay, everybody say a wish. Real quick. Okay. Happy 400, everybody. Thank you all again so much for being here. If it's your very first chat, let me know, because welcome to 400. Yeah, and if it's your 400th, 300th, whatever, also let me know. But y'all have a great evening. If you are watching this on YouTube later, please go ahead and click or let that next video roll over. That would be $399. And go ahead and click subscribe, and then click that little bell so you'll know when 401 is posted. But everybody have a great week. Thank you so much for being here for chat number 400. And I can't wait to see you next week. Good night.